Hello everyone, Railgan here again with another ZvZ. What a beautiful day it is, a nice day to build some Banelings. We are going to play against Romandy Gaming's Hate Me, GM player, WCS, no, I'm not actually sure how he plays, but he's a pretty good player. And we are going to have a look at how effective Banelings are versus Roaches. Now we are not talking your average 2-hatch mass Baneling timing of like 8 drones that we saw Stefano do or that we saw Cham do. We are talking mass Banelings that roll and kill your opponent. Now because a lot of people are telling me like, no, you cannot build Banelings against Zerg, I figured I'm going to show you guys that you can build Banelings against Roaches. Opener wise, I open pretty safely. I'm opening on 2 hatches. I don't really want to focus too much on the opener. I more want to go to the crispy mid game where the important things are happening. Right now we are about even in workers anyways. My third hatchery is a little bit later, this is a little bit quicker. There's some cute Ling Bane macro going on here, trying to get ahead one way or another. By putting pressure on him until my third hatchery is more or less done, I'm able to stay in a good place, I think. I get some nice Baneling connections there, which help. Some nice connections there. I'm up 11 supply right now, but it's mostly in Roaches, and Roaches are not that like supply efficient, so the supply can kind of lie. I'm going for a big Roachling attack to start things off. What I'm going to do right now is I keep most of my units at home to try and defend while I'm pushing across the map with some Roaches early on. He's going to build Roaches to defend. As you can tell, he's slightly ahead in workers, not by much, but by a little bit. And what I'm going to do is, I think I'll try to attack his third base a little bit, but it doesn't quite work out anyways. As you can tell, I'm also building a lot of Banelings that I want to bust him with. But this attack is not really going to function that well. But you can still see how the Banelings are doing a really good job against his Roaches and kind of breaking them. In the end, however, he manages to survive, and we're going to be in about an even sort of position right here. I'm still flooding him with Lings. Sadly, I commit a bit too much with my Roaches, and they all end up dying. And right now, we are still about even in supply. I have a slight worker lead. I'm building some Banelings, Lings, and stuff at home to try and defend. I have my lair, I have my Roach speed, I'm getting my +1 missile upgrade. He has a couple Lings on the map. Lings are not that useful against Banelings and Roaches in the mid game, as we all know, and as we saw. But they're still really good if you only have a couple Roaches and they can kind of surround your Roaches with DPS. Because Lings are doing a really good job at tanking. Kind of like they do if you go for Hydras. But yeah, right now I'm droning up, he's droning up. I have a big worker lead right now. He's still ahead in army supply though. He's going to catch up in workers eventually, I think. But what I'm going to do is just Roach Bane. Of course, I am ahead. And I won't lie that I'm in a good position right now and that I could also win with other unit compositions. I just want to show that you can win with by using Banelings. But yeah, he sees that I have a couple of Banelings and that I have a lot of Roaches, but I'm not sure if he actually saw the Baneling nest wiggle. If he did, he would know what's coming, but I don't think he noticed. He's going for a Roach Burrow Tunneling Claw kind of attack. It's going to be mass Roach against Roach Bane. And I think Sue is a player that has been using this a bit, but I don't actually watch that many tournaments, so I don't know, but people were like, oh my god, Railgan, that's what Sue did. I'm like, okay, I guess another player once did this strategy as well. So what's happening here is that I just tried to move command my Banelings into the Roaches. The Banelings tank a lot of damage, and once they attack and explode, the opponent's units have to kill them and then still take the damage. So they're kind of like Lings that explode. Am I trying to explain what Banelings are? And it's just that I move command them because then the opponent still has to kill them, so I can get a little bit of tanking action going out of them, and that's really good. So my Roaches survive long, and that's it, we killed him. Let's have a quick look at this engagement again, just so you can see it in all its beauty. I have a slight Roach lead as well. And as you can tell, his roach count keeps getting smaller and smaller, and my roach count just stays the same. We're going back a bit. Let's check the army value. I'm also going to have a slightly higher army value, like 600 minerals. Now my banelings are done, so it's even higher. But I also attacks after he has a defender's advantage. So of course I was pretty far ahead in this game, but you'll see. I mean, it's ZvZ, you're always going to be ahead or behind anyways, because I think Bane aggression happens every game. It rarely ends up really 50-50. Usually just one player has an advantage, and he invested a lot into the upgrades, and I invested a lot into Banelings, and I ended up winning. So yeah, that's it for today. I showed you guys a couple of ZvZ videos, because I know that ZvZ is a matchup that a lot of people struggle with, and I just want to show you some cool ways to play the matchup that you might enjoy a bit more. So I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!